What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to 10 in the Pit. Today, as promised, I am going to do a quick, well, anything with me is not quick. You know I'm going to go pretty in-depth. In-depth look and comparison at the Brunswick Alert Venom Shock. Those two are very comparable. The other big, a little bit bigger benchmark piece that I love this year is the RockStar Solid. It's one of my favorites. I've been toting it since January or February, ever since it came out. I've been pushing it ever since then. It is a great bowling ball. It's going to play a little bit bigger than the other two, I can tell you that right now, just from numbers. I gave you guys all the numbers, all the surfaces in that little clip that I cut to right now. Alrighty, guys, as promised, we're back in the shop. Just ran all three of the bowling balls through the Haas machine, brought them back to box surface. Brunswick Alert, you're looking at 2K surface. Venom Shock, you're looking at 4K surface. RockStar, you're looking at 2K surface. Just to give you guys some recaps on some numbers while we're in the shop. Alert from Brunswick, 2.478 RG. I'm sorry, 2.478 RG, 0.037 diff, finished at 2K. RockStar is going to be the biggest of the three, 2.48 RG, 0.050 differential, finished at 2K. Venom Shock, one of the original ones, 2.48 RG, 0.034 diff, finished at 4K. Now, next step, lanes. Besides that little clip, picture of the bowling balls will be right about here. Layouts and specs are all very similar. I'm not going to put them on the screen. They're all pin up. They're all CG kicked for the most part. They're almost very similar. There's a reason, because I like my benchmarks to have a certain shape, and I don't variate very much from what I put on a benchmark bowling ball. 4x4x2, 4x4x3 for the VLS, 50x4x50, 45x4x45. Anything like that, that's what I put on my benchmark balls. So that's what these three have. Except for the Venom Shock, it's got a 4¼ inch pin. Never mind. Okay, so, see, in depth. I'm going to throw a couple of bowling balls. I'm going to target 10. I'm going to target in between the second and third arrow, in between the third and fourth arrow, fourth and fifth. Not a fresh house shot. Benchmark pieces don't need a fresh house shot, in my opinion. You can pretty much make them work on almost anything. We're right after league. I bowled on this pair right here, and they didn't break down very well, so we should still have a shot. I threw three practice balls with each bowling ball after resurfacing. So they're all in the same category, except for the Venom Shock is about 10 years older than everything else on the table. Everything else has got well over 50 to 100 games on it. My RockStar probably has about 150, 200 games on it. My Venom Shock, I can't count. The Brunswick Alert has at least 75, 80 games on it, so they're all over 50 games. We're going to see what they do. You ready? Let's do this. All right, Justin, which one should I start with? The goat. All right. Oh, well, they all do in a way. Justin just said they all have to live up to what this ball does, and they all do in a way. I don't know if they'll do it all 12 years old, though. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right to 10. I'm going to try to get my big butt out of the way. So we're going to stand 20, 21. We're going to aim 10. Typical release with a little pop forward on the bottom. I tell you how much I like that ball. That ball just makes me look good. All right, so that would be the Venom Shock. Up 10. Now, the next one in its class, it's got a little bit higher of a diff. Not by much, will be the Brunswick Alert. And like I said, we're not going to get all technical, and I'm going to try to throw as close to the same shot as I can with every ball. 21 to 10. Brunswick Alert. Missed that one by one board. I hit 11 instead of 10 at the arrows, which did change my break point by a couple of boards down lane, but they both carried and I'm within a board or two. We're moving on. Next one will be the RotoGrip RockStar. Been one of my favorite benchmark bowling balls since it came out. Plays just a touch bigger. You'll see here in a second. 21. We're gonna go right up 10 again. Same release. That one there I hit 10, but at a little bit of a different angle. It drifted out to about board 8 instead of 9. So very similar, within a 2 to 3 board margin. Not bad for a first couple shots of the day. So that would be up 10 with each bowling ball. Now, we're going back to the Venom shock. We're gonna move 5 left. We're gonna go in between the second and third arrow. So we're gonna stand 24, 25. Second and third arrow. And I don't care if I strike or not. So this is gonna be 3 shots, hopefully from each area. Venom shock. I tell you that ball makes me look good. Might be why it's one of my favorites. I shouldn't have struck, but it did. I hit the third arrow instead of the second and third arrow. Wasn't the best ball, but it did its job. All right, standing 24, 25, second and third arrow, Brunswick Alert. That's a better ball. Hit my marks, and it overdrove. RotoGrip RockStar. 24, 25, second, third arrow. Very similar bowling balls. The differential is a little bit bigger in the RotoGrip RockStar. Takes a little bit for it to wind up. So just to be that guy, because I know I missed on the first ball with a Venom shock, I'll do it again. 25, second and third arrow. So as you saw, the Brunswick Alert kind of drove a little bit harder. That's because of the HK22. Now, I know a lot of other brands and review channels are trying to say they have the exact same shape as the Venom shock. Fresh out of box, that is not the case. HK22 cover responds very quick off of the friction. And I lost my ball. Let's try to clear the pin. So as my ball comes back, HK22 responds a little bit different than the friction, in my opinion. You're going to see a little bit more right to left action off of the Brunswick Alert than you are the other 2 bowling balls. That's just because of the cover material, in my opinion. All right, so, 5 left, 30. In between the third and fourth arrow. Smaller diff stuff, I'm going to have to start to hit a little bit harder, I can tell you that. I tell you how good that ball is. And I can't score in league lately. I don't know why everything just kind of falls as soon as I hit record, but maybe I should have to start filming my league nights. Good Lord, I have been horrible this year. Yeah, I didn't even break 6. All right, so that would be Motiv Venom Shock, 30, third or fourth arrow. Now Brunswick Alert, HK22, standing 30, in between the third and fourth arrow. Maybe 2 boards inside at the arrows. Didn't get it all the way out, but that's a benefit for the HK22 cover ball because it didn't overdrive. Brunswick Alert, if you keep it closer to the head pin, I think it does better, but that's just me. All right, RockStar. Bigger RG, bigger diff, or similar RG, bigger diff. From 30, aiming third and fourth arrow. I tell you how good the RockStar is? Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so that would be the third and fourth arrow from 30. Next step, why not? Just keep on moving, right, Justin? So they don't come back. Oh, I can make them not come back right now. All right, so that would be the RockStar. Let's keep going, 5 left. All righty, so fourth and fifth arrow, we're gonna go basically to gutter cap, 3940. In between the fourth and fifth. I think that was pretty good, don't you? I think so. 7 pin shouldn't have been there, but hey, it's all right. So that would be the fourth and fifth arrow with the Venom Shock. That would be the smallest diff ball that I have today. Reset button here. Now, the Brunswick Alert, in my experience, should do this pretty well. As long as I get it out to a little bit of the friction, the HK22 on the ball will take over, and it should drive towards the pocket. 40, fourth and fifth. Kept that inside a touch, but it still did its job. So next will be RockStar. This has got the bigger differential. Similar RG. This ball shouldn't have an issue playing it either. Four pin's good enough for me. So there you got to see basically the same area. Brunswick Alert struck, like I said. I kept it inside a little bit more. They all do pretty much the same thing. Even though the RockStar has got a bigger differential, the RG is about the same. Venom Shock and the Brunswick Alert, they just rev up quicker. So you can get a little bit more shape off of the drier stuff, in my opinion. I don't know if I should keep going. Let's try it. Why not? I haven't played the fifth and sixth arrow in a minute. Let's see if I can do it. Nope. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Oh. Why use the 1-3 when you can use the 1-2? Try that again. I haven't played this deep in forever. Now it's just a matter of pride whether or not I can do it, I guess. I tell you how good the Venom Shock is? Just saying, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. All right, next will be the Brunswick Alert. This is about as far as I'm gonna go, because there really isn't this, I mean, if you're playing this deep in house, just fall down. All right, here we go. Now the Brunswick Alert shouldn't have a problem. I think the benefit of the Brunswick Alert is the HK22 cover stock. Well, the first one I went Brooklyn with the Venom too, so gotta throw that one a little harder. We're gonna try it again.
All I can say is the Venom shock struck when you hit Brooklyn the Alert, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not whether which one's better or not, in my opinion. It's about whether or not they're gonna do the same thing. And fresh out of box, the HK22 is more responsive than the Venom shock cover, in my opinion, especially off of the friction.
But the fact that it held up for 10 years?
Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about longevity because we can't fast forward 10 years.
I guess we'll just be back in this spot 10 years from now trying it.
No, then the Motiv Venom shock will be 20 years.
And it'll probably still outlive them.
I don't know about that. You like to sip on some Motiv juice a little bit harder than I do.
Nah, well, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But that ball.
I think the Alert gives a little bit different shape than a Venom shock. I think the Alert's a little bit more quicker and angular, but a Venom shock can get that way after it's lane shined, but fresh out of box, it's not. Just to the typical league bowler's eyes. All right, RockStar, 5th and 6th arrow. See if we can do it. I tell you how good the RockStar is. I don't even need one for that one. Let me tell you what. I've been toting that thing as the best symmetrical benchmark ball on the market for a minute. Alrighty, that would be all the way across. Guess there's no point in showing anything else, right?
I thought you were just throwing it to throw it.
Well, the hell with it. That'd be the RockStar up 10. Try to show you the difference if I can. There's slight differences. There's not huge differences. That's why you can get a similar shape out of an asymmetrical and a symmetrical ball that's got similar numbers. Same type of stuff. All right. One more time up 10 with each ball and then we'll get out of here. 20, aiming 10. Well, that's 2 in a row that hit the head pin, so. Trying to show the shape down and in. You just got to see it all the way across. One more with the Venom shock, and we'll recap the video. And then we're gonna go live. Got to reset it, Justin. You're a horrible lane guy sitting here. Horrible lane guy.
I'm only here to go get the ball if it's stuck.
Gotcha. All right, 20, 10, Venom shock. Up 10, they all hit the head pin. They didn't do that the first time, if you noticed that.
Maybe you finally broke in 13.
Might have just broken in 13. Let's see. Yeah, that's all the way across. That's down and in. It's good enough for me. You throw my booty on here, zoom out. We'll recap this thing. All right, Justin.
Yo.
You saw them sitting on the desk, right?
Yeah.
They got the equal amount of shots, correct?
Yup.
Which cover is more lane shined?
From here?
From here. Well, come look, make sure.
I can tell you from here.
I know you can.
The Alert.
And that was finished at 2K.
RockStar and Venom still look dull. That's shiny. That almost looks like it's pearl.
Yep, and the RockStar's starting to get there too.
It is, but it's still.
Which one is it?
The goat.
All right, that's why I didn't want to play with the surface on it. But anything for YouTube. So we started the video off. I showed you guys the balls after getting them resurfaced, went over some numbers inside the shop. That's what I cut to. Pictures of the bowling balls. Hopefully I can get all that off my phone. If not, this is gonna be an awkward outro. I threw the same amount of shots with every bowling ball. And what I made a comment about in the Brunswick Alert video is that the darker Brunswick covers don't hold surface very well. Now, I just had my little brother look at the Brunswick Alert, the RotoGrip RockStar, and the Venom Shock. He was here when I took them all off the Haas machine. He knows what they look like, just like you guys do if I can get the pictures to load. Justin,
yes.
Which bowling ball held its surface for that minuscule 10 to 12 shots?
The Venom Shock.
Venom Shock. That would be the first place one, right?
Yep.
Second place?
RockStar.
Third place?
Alert.
Okay. So looking at these three bowling balls, the Brunswick Alert looks a little bit more lane shined. The RockStar looks a slight touch of lane shine, and the Venom Shock looks very similar to what I resurfaced it at. And they all have the same amount of shots on it. And that would be my only drawback on the Alert, is that it doesn't hold surface very well, but it's still a very good low diff, newer low diff HK22 ball for the Brunswick line. I still like my Venom Shock. My Venom Shock is not going anywhere. Love that ball. RockStar, higher diff, great bigger benchmark with a bigger core in it. Plays a little bit of volume, a little bit better, but it'll still do very similar things to the Venom Shock and the Brunswick Alert. You can almost play the same line with it. You get just a different breakpoint shape, or a little bit earlier or a touch later, depending on which ball you're throwing at the breakpoint. Excuse me. Hopefully I showed that working all the way across, and then back up 10. Hopefully you guys got to see that shape while we were zoomed in down lane. Now, I'm not here to tell you which one's better. I'm not here to tell you which one's worse, but what I did notice, Venom Shock is 12 years old and it's still doing its thing. RockStar, well over 200 games, still doing its thing. Brunswick Alert, brand new bowling ball, 50 to 80 games on it, and it's still doing its thing, but it doesn't hold surface well. That is all I'm saying. They all do their job. The Venom Shock just does it better, in my opinion, but the RockStar, very, very good. If I had to pick a benchmark ball, still, after everything that just came out, RotoGrip RockStar for the year. That is my benchmark symmetrical solid bowling ball. Until something dethrones it, it'll stay that way for this year. Said what I said. I hope this helped you guys, because I know everybody's out there looking for that benchmark symmetrical bowling ball going, these all look similar. What's the difference between a lower diff and a higher diff and all this other stuff? The core is just going to rev up a little bit quicker, and which could result in more shape down lane if you have a decent rev rate. Throw that out there. Or if you don't have a rev rate, the higher differential is going to have to rev itself up, and if you don't have a high enough rev rate, you might get less shape out of the higher diff stuff. All depends on the way you throw the bowling ball. Hopefully this helps you guys figure that out and gives you guys something to watch and compare all three bowling balls. If you guys want to support the Pro Shop, xinthepit.com. We have purple hoodies, the Snarky Flip Flop exclusive, says damn on them. They're in stock. Brand new rosin bags, all fully stocked. Bowling ball cleaner, foaming bottles are on their way. And this Black Friday, we'll probably do an online sale at xinthepit.com, so stay tuned for that. If you wouldn't mind, like, share, subscribe, hit the post notification bell, and we'll see you all next time.